Hello, welcome to another video from EarnPed.com. I'm Stevie B. Happy to have you all with me today as I am on planet Cyrene. So guys, I have been banging out content back to back for you guys. I've got a brand new cup of piping hot coffee ready to go, so let's take some big sips to get started. So guys, today we want to do something right away as soon as we land on planet Cyrene. So we landed on Cyrene at the Skylabs teleporter, and we went and we got our ARC faction badge missions from the ARC faction mission terminals. We talked about how there's one-time missions and then the daily missions. So the next thing we want to do, the second thing we want to do before we do anything else on planet Cyrene, is we need to find an NPC named Challenger Esther. I'm actually going to get rid of my track missions, because that is from a previous video. I'll have to go do those here in a bit. So we want to find Challenger Esther, and we're going to put in her waypoint, which we copied from CyreneDream.org. We're going to, ooh, she's actually here. So, okay, she's right over there. We are the ARC staging teleporter. So if we pull up our map, the ARC staging teleporter is right here. I am at 138.825 longitude, latitude 77094. The ARC staging teleporter. We're going to put that waypoint back in. Hey, stop it, pigs. Here, have your blankie. Can't have you scratching up the couch. I'm trying to make videos here. So we're going to go talk to Challenger Esther. And if you had been to Cyrene before, this might not really do you a lot of good. However, if you're coming for the first time, you definitely need to do this, especially if it's 2023 or later. You need to come talk to her immediately after getting your ARC faction missions from the ARC faction terminals. Now, I don't know if she's going to give me anything or if I already have all this, but it's better safe than sorry. And I want to get this now up front. So these used to be missions that you had to get from various NPCs that were kind of all around Cyrene. However, they've all been consolidated right here in Esther. So we're going to click on her. And we see their select dialogues. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different dialogues. And before we get to the dialogues, let's look at what we're going to be talking to her about. This one is for the Dragonfly V1 Limited. So limited Dragonfly V1 item, blueprint limited. So notice that all these blueprints are limited, meaning that these blueprints can only be used for so many clicks and then they're gone. However, let's look at the items. The Dragonfly is going to be a limited item. The Enkidd Howler S4 is an unlimited item. The Imperium Detector X2 is limited, the FAP M1 is limited, and the Ripper Hide Armor Plate is also limited. So first let's go through each dialogue, get these, and then I'll talk about why these are important. So anyhow, with codex here, a lot of other soldiers have been deployed elsewhere, but that also meant that some blueprints are harder to get. Okay then. So this is why they built her. Prior to codex, these missions were kind of spread out through various NPCs. Once they rolled out codex, they just put all of these 5 missions inside of Esther. That way we can just come grab all the missions from her, and because you can only get these blueprints via this mission. Since those NPCs no longer exist, they had to put it somewhere so that we can get it. This is why you need to come here and talk to her to be sure that you have these. Even if you've been here before years ago, you still might not have these missions, so still come talk to Challenger Esther. Hello, I'm Challenger Esther. You might remember me from ARC staging. Anyhow, with codex here, a lot of other soldiers have been deployed elsewhere, so now I have all their missions and blueprints. Cool. Okay, which is why I'm here. If you want a shot to get a Dragonfly V1 Limited, Blueprint Limited, you can. You need to kill 1,000 of any direweed or plant. Do you want to do that? Yes, obviously. So this will give us the Dragonfly V1 Limited, Blueprint Limited. So that means that whenever I'm out killing direweeds, I'm going to be working on that 1,000 kills that's going to be needed in order to complete that and get that blueprint from her. It's a limited blueprint, so many clicks and then it's done. Enkidd Howler. Now this one's important because this is actually more or less a sniper rifle. It's an unlimited sniper rifle. And when you craft this item, if you get a successful craft, you get a rare item Hoff. Somebody the other day had multiple Enkidd Howler S4 rare item Hoffs, like way more than I ever expected to see in a row. It was Aurelius Black, which of course it was. He's a great crafter, does a lot of crafting in game. But it's cool because it's actually a useful item, and you can get a rare item Hoff out of it, probably several back to back. So when I actually craft this item, you guys will watch me crafting it live on video. So same exact thing as before. Okay, then if you want to get a shot at the Enkidd S4 Blueprint Limited, then you can from me. You'll just need to kill 1,000 of any Tide Claw. Doesn't matter what Tide Claw, just any Tide Claw. And to craft it, you need a strong sinew, 10 Yicky ingot, and 25 bonding liquid. So yes, I want to do that. That sounds great. So now I can go hunt some Tide Claw. Then we're going to do the same for these other three. These other three aren't super impressive to me. I haven't looked up the stats, but I highly doubt that I would use this detectonator or this M1 FAP or this armor plate. Now again, I haven't looked up the stats on these three items, but I'm going to go ahead and grab the missions anyway, because I'm sure at some point I'm going to do whatever's required to finish this mission. So for this one, for the Imperium Detectonator X2, we need to kill 1,000 of any Penelion, so yeah, I'll definitely be completing that one. For the OS FAP M1 Limited, 1,000 of any Swamp Lurker, yep, I'll definitely be completing that one. And for the Ripper Hide Armor Plate Limited, I will need to kill 1,000 of any Crystal Pede, so I will definitely be completing that. Now, I'll be completing it, I'll be getting them. Will I be using these ones? I don't know. I'm definitely going to make the Dragonflies. I'm definitely going to make the Enkidd Howler S4s. I'm really not sure if I'm going to craft these other ones or if the blueprints are just going to sit in my storage. Don't know, but I can guarantee you, any Direweed, any Tideclaw, any Penelion, any Swamp Lurker, any Crystal Pede, yeah, I'm definitely going to be banging out all of these kills. Now, you need 1,000 of each. Each one just requires 1,000 kills, so 1,000 Direweed, 1,000 Tideclaw, 1,000 Penelion, 1,000 Swamp Lurker, 1,000 Crystal Pede. But really, 1,000 kills in Entropia is absolutely nothing. And guess what? I already planned to hunt Direweed and Tideclaw and Penelion and Swamp Lurker and Crystal Pede. So since I'm already planning on doing that anyway, and since these are old school rare blueprints that now have all been converged into this one NPC Challenger Esther, why not, as soon as I get my ARC faction missions, come here and pick up these 5 missions from her right off the bat. That way it's done, it's over with, I don't have to deal with it again. So I am going to exit out of all these because now they're in my mission log, so I can go to my mission log and I can find them in here. And this is a one-time mission. This is not something that you can do over and over. You only get to do these 5 missions one time. You will only get these limited blueprints one time. You will only be able to craft these one time. Now, some of you might be saying, yeah, but I have no desire to craft a Dragonfly. I have no desire to craft an Enkidd Howler. Maybe you don't. But if you're going to be on Cyrene, and you're going to be doing these things anyway, you're probably going to be hunting Tideclaw. You're probably going to be hunting Direweed. Why not go ahead and get all 5 missions, and when you inevitably end up getting the blueprint, even if you don't want to craft it, save it, because guess what you can do? You can then shop it around and try and sell the blueprint. Remember, I can only get these blueprints once. So if I want more attempts at an Enkidd Howler or more attempts at a Dragonfly, I have to find somebody who's done the mission, got the blueprint, but then decided they don't want it. And I have to then buy it from them, which means cha-ching, markup, right? So guys, as soon as you land on Cyrene, go get those ARC faction missions, and then immediately come to Challenger Esther and grab all 5 of these missions. Whether you plan to craft the end items or not, grab them so that as you explore Cyrene, as you go through, you will be able to slowly complete those and at least get your hands on the blueprints. If you want to craft them at a later date, cool. If not, at least you got them. I'm curious why there's a second Challenger Esther in here. Interesting. They named the NPC the same, but the one you're looking for is the one outside. And if you use the waypoint on CyreneDream.org, When you go to cyrenedream.org, again, I'm going to put it in the item description, but you're going to go to the one-time missions page, and it's literally the very first 5 missions that are listed. And you'll see on the left it says mission name Dragonfly V1 from Esther, Enkidd Howler S4 from Esther, so on and so forth. And then on the right it says copy waypoint. Those waypoints will all take you to this Esther, which is the one we want to talk to right outside the building. So guys, shorter video because that's really all there is to it. I'm going to move on to making other videos because there's other stuff that we need to get from other NPCs before we really start our journey into Planet Cyrene. So this is an easy one for you guys. I'll move on to more. Till then, sip, sip, smack, smack. Y'all know the rest. Head over to earnped.com because when you earn, we earn. By far the best way you guys can help to support us. Simply use the links on earnped.com to go to hideout.tv. Hideout will automatically add us as a redemption option for your hideout points. Guys, please do as the banner says at the bottom of the screen. Be sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell icon to stay up to date with all of the latest content that we put out. That keeps you up to date with Entropia and stuff going on in Entropia. Helps you learn to play smarter, not harder, and it keeps you up to date on current opportunities you can take advantage of. Be sure and hit that like button to help us combat the trolls and the haters for every single video. And guys, more importantly, when you do, you guys are having a huge impact. By hitting those 3 buttons, you're putting us on the right side of the YouTube algorithm. YouTube has started to put our videos in front of people they know play PC games, MMOs, and real cash economy games. So they're watching videos they normally like. They see one of our videos pop up. They've never heard of Entropia before, but they start watching the channel, and then they start playing. They learn about the game, then they start playing the game. And they're telling us every week, people are taking the time to email us saying, hey, would you please tell your viewers and subscribers that because they hit that subscribe button, that bell icon, that like button for you, YouTube put your video in front of me. I'd never heard of Entropia before. I watched your channel. Now I play the game. Now I'm part of the community. I'm part of the economy. Now this is my hobby, my passion. Now I'm clicking those buttons on every video. So guys, you deserve to know that because you're the ones making that impact, not us. You are changing people's lives by bringing them into Entropia, and now they have a hobby and a passion that they love and can't get enough of. And you guys deserve to know that you're having that impact. So please keep it up. It helps support us. It helps support the channel. But it also helps support the game and grow the game and share this hobby and this passion that we love. So guys, I'll leave it there. We'll move on to everything else we need to get started on Cyrene. Till then, sip, sip, smack, smack. You all know the rest. Take care, Stevies.